What's going on, everybody? Excuse me. We're back with a brand new video here, and the only reason that you're getting this video now is because I fell asleep last night right after the game. And I just wanted to give my thoughts, my recaps of sorts on last night's game between the Nuggets of Denver and the Timberwolves of Minnesota. The Nuggets were able to come out on top 115-107 to even the series at 2. And let me say, this series has been very interesting so far because if we would have just taken based on how things were in the first two games, we would have thought that Minnesota would have been making their plans for the Western Conference Finals. They looked like the far superior ball club. Lots of people were saying many in 5, many in 6. This is the end for the Nuggets. A lot of people had already put the Nuggets in a body bag and was preparing for the funeral on their title defense. But really, since they have come back to, or not come back, but since they have come to Minnesota, it has been they who have looked like the better basketball club. They've actually looked like a defending NBA champion. Their big guns have all been playing better, and not only that, but playing better at the same time. And just a real quick statistical rundown of these guys last night. Aaron Gordon, and this dude was hotter than fish grease, man. 11 of 12 from the floor. It's 91.7% if you're scoring at home. 2 of 2 from downtown. 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. He added 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and scoring 27 points, and he was a +9 on the evening. Nikola Jokic was 15 of 26 from the floor, just 1 of 5 from downtown, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, did have 4 turnovers, and scoring 35 points, and he was a +3 on the evening. Jamal Murray, who was started, like I talked about earlier, started to really show some signs since they've actually come back to Minnesota and looking more like some of those shots he was hitting last night looked like the player that we saw in last year's postseason. He went 8 of 17 from the floor for 19 points, 3 of 7 from downtown. Now this was surprising. 0 of 0 from the foul line, did not attempt a single free throw in the contest. 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. He had 3 turnovers. Like I said, in scoring 19 points, he was a net neutral on the evening. The other double-figure scorers was Justin Holiday, who went 3 of 6, including 3 of 5 from downtown, 3 rebounds, and scoring 11 points. And Christian Braun, he played 25 minutes, and in this game, really, he really looked more like the guy that we saw last season as a rookie, who came in off the bench, made plays, got some big baskets for them last year. He had 11 points, and he was a +5 on the evening. So as weird as this sounds, since like I said, since they've come, those guys, and when I say those guys, I'm speaking of Denver. They have been making the plays more often than not. For the Timberwolves, even in defeat, I really have to take my hat off to this young brother, Anthony Edwards. And there's already been so many videos that were done on it, so that was why I didn't do one when he came out. And he took responsibility for the loss. He said, "It's on me. I've got to be better," so on and so forth. He showed more accountability in that press conference than a certain superstar in Los Angeles has done in the past decade. And here's the other thing that I want to say about that. And this is one of the things that he's impressing me as a leader. When your leader says that, he says, "Hey, it's on me." Do you notice what you're not hearing? No one's talking about Mike Conley. No one's talking about KarlAnthony Towns or any of these other guys or Chris Finch. He's not coaching. But when your superstar takes the onus of it, that immediately takes away any room to try to blame anyone else. He's letting you know, hey, it's on me. And you have to respect that. And that's the reason why, or not the reason, but one of many reasons why Anthony Edwards is really shooting up the radar, or not the radar, but the list as far as favorite players of a lot of fans, particularly the older school fans, because a lot of that's what we grew up on. You know, your best player accepting and taking accountability for the losses, and from a leadership standpoint, saying that, hey, we've got to be better. I've got to be better if this ball club is going to get to where they want to be. You know, not looking for someone else, not saying, well, we had a guy in KarlAnthony Towns go 5 of 18 from the floor. If I could have some help, if we weren't this, if we didn't make plays or whatever, we would have gotten a victory. But he went out and he not only he talked the talk, but last night he walked the walk. 44 points on 16 of 24 from the field, 5 of 8 from downtown, 7 of 8 from the line, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. And he was a +5 on the evening. So obviously he would tell you that that's not enough. They have to be better. And I can appreciate that. And like I said, Cat went 5 of 18 from the floor, 1 of 4 from downtown, 2 of 4 from the line, which is surprising. He's actually a shooter of his caliber. 12 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 13 points, and he was still a +4 in the evening. And let's see. Actually, I mean, although they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double figures, all but 2, that'd be Ant-Man and Rudy Gobert. Well, no. I'm sorry. Let me not say that. Half of them were negatives on the evening. So, again, just looking at the game, like I said, started off, Minnesota had an early lead. Denver came back, took the lead, was kind of extended it to double figures in the second quarter. Minnesota went on a run because they had really outplayed them. And they easily could have been up 20, 25 points. And they were down by 10. This is closing out the second half. And I have to be critical. I got to keep it real. The Minnesota had what should have been the last possession of the half, with about 11 seconds to go. Well, I say 11 seconds because that's when Anthony Edwards made his move. He made his move a little too soon, and I forget that I think he turned the ball over. So that led to a run out and a dunk. So now they're up by 12. Then Minnesota turns the ball over, kind of not being lackadaisical on the ensuing inbound. Jamal Murray gets the steal, tiptoes down the sideline, chucks it up from half court, right in front of the announce table. It goes in. So what you had was a potential 8-point swing. You have a chance to cut the lead to 8 or maybe 7 heading into halftime. And then, they ended up going into halftime down by 15. And, they made little runs, but that was really, I think, the defining moment, that particular stretch of time. And Denver would maintain mostly a double-figure lead in the second half, and they won the game quite comfortably. I know that the final score was only 8, but it was not that close. So now this game goes back to Denver. And, we often say that that there's a series doesn't start until somebody wins on the road. Well, this series is different. Nobody's going to start until somebody wins at home. So the next game is going to be Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. for our friends out on the East Coast. That game will be preceded by the Knicks and the Pacers. I didn't do a recap on that game because Indiana beat the hell out of the Knicks, and it wasn't really much to talk about. They just beat the hell out of them. So that series is also tied at 2-2. And so we will see, will the Nuggets be able to be the first team in this Western Conference semifinal series to get a win on their own court, or will the road warriors of this series continue, in which we have yet another road team get a victory? But did you happen to catch the game? What did you think about the game? What are your thoughts? Did you think based on what you have seen in these two games, has that shifted your perception of who you thought would win? As is now, it's a best out of three series. Let us know in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. But as always, thank you for spending a few moments with us, and I'll be back with more videos real soon. Take care, and tell the ones that you love them. Peace.